Hi, and welcome to another edition of Strikers Best Bets. Here, morning, great day on Saturday. With the second leg of the Triple Crown was a little bit hard. Uh, I see both Dean Canameo's horse and Justin Snape's horse got run over. Um, uh, but all in all, a very, very good day's racing.
Yeah, I went to the races and I quite enjoyed it. I made three horses like my best bets, and they all arrived. But then a couple of races were a little bit surprised. Obviously, the Sean Terry yard in top form, and you could see later on money kept coming for his horses, like Tin Pan Alley, for instance. As Terry was picking up winners during the day, Tin Pan Alley obviously became a huge runner. Um, obviously, also you got to take note of how some horses got penalised, and you got to. It's hard for the handicapper because they don't always can get a spot on, but we got to believe what the handicapper sees, and he's done many years of how can I say, his knowledge into the game, and so I work a lot on the handicapper's merit rating.
Yeah, so I mean, as the viewers know, and as you and I know, there were a couple of appeals a couple of weeks ago where they dropped all of these horses a couple of points in the ratings with all the appeals. But it looks like the handicapper got it right. I mean, that horse Tin Pan Alley, who they backed from, we had 14 or 15 to 1. They backed from a huge price all the way down to 3 to 1. So there was huge money for it, and the handicappers, okay, were right in
Yeah, well, if you look at the other horses, they all gone up to what he initially handicapped.
100%.
So I didn't. I wasn't sure that he was correct because I thought, how can five horses all of a sudden go up to that level? I mean, one or two can maybe improve to a high merit rating. How do all of a sudden five? So I had that wrong, and must we phone the handicapper and apologize?
I think so. I think so. But I think if it comes from you, uh, it will be more authoritative if you ask me if it comes from you. But more importantly, we had Turffontein on Saturday where there's three features. It's the Turffontein Standside track. We sponsor two of those features on the day. World Sports Betting sponsor two of those features on the day, which is the World Sports Betting Awam Stakes and the World Sports Betting Equinaut Handicap. And obviously, the Ormond Ferraris Oaks Trial in honor of Ormond Ferraris. What a great trainer. Okay, you've ridden many, many, many winners for him. And it's great that they do honor him on the day. So I'm hoping that that Ormond will be there on the day. He now lives in Plettenberg Bay. So I'm hoping that he'll be there on the day. He's such a great old man, and he's a legend of the turf. So great days racing on Saturday, and we counting on you to find us some winners.
Well, let's try. I'm just going to say, Mr. Ferraris, absolute professional in his game, and worked with him for many years. Had some ups, had some downs. Tough man to work for. You got to do it his way. And if you think you're going to try and ride a horse differently, even though you think it's for the better, you better listen to him.
Absolutely, I can tell you a lot of stories about Ormond Ferraris, but we'll leave that to another day. Pia, let's get into race 2, which is the start of the Bipot. It's 1,000 meters. It's on the Standside track on Saturday. So we all know that down the straight, the bigger numbers normally shine. Just to let you know that the weather forecast is not great for the weekend. They're predicting rain Friday and Saturday. So let's hope that racing holds up on Saturday. They're betting 12 to 10, number 5, Love Not War. 9 to 2, number 6, Molten Rock. 9 to 2, number 9, Star Magnolia. 7 to 1, number 3, Indecent Obsession. And number 4, Let Your Love Flow. 15 to 2, number 2, Hock Air Vita. And 12 to 1, and Better the Rest.
Stephen, before I give my, obviously you got to include number 5, Love Not War. The only horse with form, so experience once again helps with these juveniles. But has there been any money for a first timer? Because I would like to include another horse in the juvenile plate, because my bar pots, I go out early races because I don't put enough horses in. I depend on one horse and then it goes missing.
Yeah, there's been a lot of money for this horse, Hock Air Vita, from the Cornet Spice Yard, with Trent Mayu up, drawn 4. It's had one run.
He's to 1 first time out, eh? And
I
it's
beg
got,
your pardon?
it was 100 to 1 first time out, and it got beaten 15 lengths. Okay, what
Yes.
else? What else?
So they backed it from 18 to 1 to 7.5 to 1.
Oh.
There's been a little bit of money for Tony Peters' runner, who's a first timer, called Star Magnolia. And there's been also money, excuse me, also money for number 6, Molten Rock. They back from 11 to 2 to 9 to 2,
Okay,
which is also a first timer.
Okay, so which stables had the most juvenile winners, Van Vieren or Peter? I would say probably Peter.
I think Peter.
Okay,
I think Peter.
Then I'm going to include the 9. So I'm going to go Love Not War, and number 9, Star Magnolia.
That's great. Yeah, this horse, Love Not War, looks to improve on its first run. The only worry is that it drifted first time out from 8 to 1 to 25 to 1. Small field, drawn 6 on the outside, middle outside, more outside. So
Yeah,
if
the form doesn't look
sorry, I beg your pardon?
From some collateral form line and going on form grids, it doesn't look overly strong. But I think the experience must give an edge, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, let's move on to race 3. Over 1,000 meters. They're betting 5 to 2, number 8, Humaria. 33 to 10, number 1, Wings of Kildra. 4 to 1, number 7, Floral Fury. 9 to 2, number 2, Masters Lady. 6 to 1, number 9, Faithster. 7 to 1, number 5, Power of Tiger. And 12 to 1, and Better the Rest.
All right, once again, I'm going to go with horse with the best form of the race runners, and that's number 1, Wings of Kildra. But saying that, it got beaten 7 lengths last time. So I think in a bar pot, you're going to have to back up. Any money for number 7, Floral Fury, or number 8, Umaira?
No money. They opened up 4 to 1, still 4 to 1. But this is early betting. So, okay, obviously we come out on a Wednesday with betting for the Saturday. So this is early betting. The betting is volatile early out. So this is bound to change by the time we get to the races on Saturday. And they've opened this horse up of Aliclair Jumaria, 5 to 2. He's bred well. I mean, he's bred in the Purple Frankel.
Yeah.
So we got to respect that. If in my opinion, if any one of these first timers are 50% right, in my opinion, they should blow this field away.
Yeah. So number 8, Humaira, she's from Ireland. That means she's 6 months younger, isn't she?
Yes, that's right.
So would it not be better to put the 7 rather in then, Floral Fury?
Yeah,
anyway,
you know,
I think
it just depends.
take the betting into account and then decide.
Yeah, absolutely, and it also just depends on on if there's been any money for this horse, Wings of Kildare, I found a nice value bet in number 5, Power of Tiger. Form lines are very strong. It likes the course and distance. Problem is it's drawn 3, but it's a small field. This horse, 5-star, it ran 5 lengths behind. First time out, there was a little bit of money for it. First time out, there's also been a winner out of that form line. So you're either going to go put in race runners or include the 2 first timers. I mean, if the 2 first timers run first and second, and a race runner, then you're going to treble up. So, but I
maybe
believe that if any one of these 2 first timers
maybe
are
maybe
50% good.
the 9 could be worth including. Maybe you're right with that one, because there's been a winner out of it, only one run. Money came for it first time, so it must show some work, some good work, and the experience. So
Yeah, just to let our viewers know, Pierre, that this was Power of Tiger, 3 runs back over the Turffontein stand side, over the 1,000 meters. It ran second to Tony Peters' horse Precocious. It got beat 4.20 lengths. There's been 2 winners out of that form line. Precocious has done nothing wrong. She came out again and she won on Saturday. I think it's 3 or 4 now in a row. So the 2 runs after that, she went to the Val Classic and she didn't shine. So now she's back at Turffontein. She's back over the 1,000 at Turffontein. She comes from off them. So for me, okay, this is a nice value bet at, or should I say each way bet?
Could be value bet, you're right.
At 701.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on, Pierre, to race 4, which is another 1,000-meter race, another maiden plate. They're betting 12 to 10, number 8, Slender Silhouette, 5 to 2, number 6, Soru, 5 to 1, number 1, Scorpio, 15 to 2, number 3, Hammer Blow, 10 to 1, and better the rest.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the 8, Slender Silhouette, because she's got the strongest form line of the exposed runners, or the exposed form. And then I'm going to include the 6, Sosaru, just because it finished 4th first time out. It was well beaten, though, but I saw it was over racing, and that was the 1,200. Now it's 1,000 meters, so that what could be in his favor. So I'm going 6 and 8.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Pierre. I just, okay, Sean Carey has been blowing them away in Joburg. So, and there's been winners out of all those form lines of Slender Silhouette. She gets the fillies allowance, the 2.5 kilos fillies allowance. For me personally, I'm banking her. I'm banking her in my bar pots, my PAs, and my pick 6. But this also, sorry, you're right, is a decent backup. Okay, we move on to race 5, over 2,000 meters. They are betting 33 to 10, number 5, Into Dancing, 4 to 1, number 2, Curious Girl, 11 to 2, number 7, Reese's Wish, 15 to 2, number 8, Special Star, 9 to 1, number 1, Lady Blunt, and number 3, Ethical. Very open race, Pierre.
Yeah, very open. 3-year-olds, still young, can improve. Yeah, so my bar pot, I have included the 1, Lady Blunt. Good draw, got some good form. Then obviously the 5, Into Dancing. These horses are the highest, well, some of the highest merit rated horses. And then obviously Reese's Wish, who's a lightly raced and finished in front of some of Into Dancing. So And I think then you can add another horse, because this is a tough little race. Maybe number 2, Curious Girl, or number 3, Ethical. I would choose between those two. But I'll go a bit wide in the bipod here and a PA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you totally, Pierre. As a matter of fact, I mean, Serena Woodley, a stable jock to the Dawson stable, and he's chosen to go with Ethical. It looks like it. They put Keegan de Melo on to Reese's Wish. Ethical's drawn 3, Reese's Wish has drawn 8. So if you're adding in horses, I would add in the source Ethical. But very, very open race. Okay, we move on to race 6, which is the World Sports Betting Awam Stakes. It's a listed event over 2,000 meters, another way open race. They are betting 5-1 number 14, Counselor, 11-2 number 4, Texas Missile, 6-1 number 7, Master Spy, 7-1 number 9, Culterati, 8-1 number 8, Palace Attack, and number 12, Diogenes, 9-1 number 5, Titans of War, 12-1 and better the rest. Very, very open race, Pierre.
Yeah, very open. Well, I found 2 horses that not in a betting that could be value bets, but I think they need to be included, and that would be number 1, Copper Eagle, and number 3, Golden Warrior. But if you look past those 2, you've got to include more horses, and I'm leaning towards number 9, Culterati. Also, Lighty Race. Also got the copper plate form, drawn 1. And then the other one is number 14, Counselor. Lightweight. It looks like she's got scope for improvement. And but I would go a bit wide here. I think it's a strong open race.
Yeah, and I think, the source Culterati, it's rumored that Gavin Lorena's now got the job with Hollywood Bets in terms of their horses in Joburg. So he's obviously chosen to go with this, or he's got to go with this now. We all know Gavin, great rider. So I'm glad you're putting that in, drawn 1. It's 1 over the distance, but very, very open race. If you can afford it, load as many horses as you can into that race.
Yeah, another horse as well, handicapped, well weighted, is Tommy Shelby. And once again, I've mentioned before, I tip a horse and it runs nowhere, and then it comes wins 2 or 3 in a row. For instance, Hazy Daisy came to win again.
Yeah.
And last time I saw Tommy Shelby on form, couldn't lose, claiming 4, everything runs unplaced. So let's see, maybe it pops up again.
Yeah, this horse, early on in his career, they thought the world of this horse, and they thought this horse was going straight to the top. And if you really look at it, at who he's run behind Tin Pan Alley, Trust, all top horses. Tin Pan Alley won a Group 1 this past Saturday. Trust just got touched off this past Saturday in a Group 1. So, yeah, I would most certainly include this into my play. We move on to race 7, which is the World Sports Betting Equinaut Handicap, another listed event. They are betting another open race, 3-1 number 9, Enflame, 5-1 number 10, Battleground, 6-1 number 2, Aladdin's Lamp, 13-2 number 1, Navajo Nation, 8-1 number 12, Give Me a Choice, and 10-1 and better the rest.
Yeah, once again, a tough little race, competitive. It's a handicap. I'm going to lean towards the 2, Aladdin's Lamp. He's better off at the weights than Navajo Nation. That's number 1. And Navajo Nation also went all the way to Cape Town and back. So I'm going to give number 2, Aladdin's Lamp, the advantage over the 1. Then I've included the 9, Inflame, the favorite. Looks like he's on the up, keeps winning. And then I thought the 12, give me a choice. Yeah, he's run behind some decent horses and nice draw, not far off them. Last time had a bad draw, so more in his favour now.
I'm going to give you an absolute loon here at 25-1. I would include this in my play. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Number 13, Euphrates. He's run unplaced in all 3 of his cracks at the turf on the Turffontein stand-side track, but he's carrying 53. He's won over this distance. He's run third 3 times over this distance. As an absolute roughie, I would be including. I'm including Euphrates into my play. We move on to race 8, which is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,800 meters. They are betting 16-10, number 1, The Ultimate King. 21-10, number 3, Olivia's Way. 5-1, number 2, Choice Sonata. 11-2, number 6, Tagan's Champ. And 14-1, and Better the Rest.
Yeah, this is a Pinnacle stake, so some also are better weighted. I'm gonna bank the Ultimate King, because this card is tough, and I think you've got to make a call somewhere. I thought the horse to beat would be number 3, Olivia's Way, but she was beaten 2 lengths behind Fire Attack last time, and Ultimate King was beaten 0.2, and it's only half a kilogram better off in Olivia's Way's favour. So I'm going to bank her somewhere, and it's going to be the Ultimate King. I mean, I look at number 2, Choice Sonata. I'm sure Gavin Lorino had a choice there because he won in that last time as well. So I'm going to lead towards the Ultimate King once again. And then I used to ride as filly Indian Ocean. Proper filly, nice filly. Gravel never suited her. She's a stand-side horse. But obviously it's a first run after 7 months. So I would give her just a run or 2 to get into a form. Then I would follow Indian Ocean, because she was running over the wrong tracks. Durban tracks, or the straights are too short for her. So follow in the future. And that keeps bringing me back to number 1, the Ultimate King, to be a banker.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I make this the best bet on the card. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. I'm going to follow this horse going forward. He ran 3rd in the Summer Cup, beaten 2 lengths. Olivia's Way ran in front of him. I think it may have been he came from last. Olivia's Way came from or closer to last with Olivia's Way. But on that last run, as you rightly said, there's only a half a kilo in it for a 1.8 length beating on its last run. This is the best bet on the card, and I'm bankering this in all bets. We then move on to race 9, where they are betting 9-2, number 4, Great Tricks, 9-2, number 8, Miami Mountain, 5-1, number 10, Sunset Right, 11-2, number 1, Almond Sea, and number 5, Gatrix, 8-1, number 3, Bus Stop and Hounslow, 8-1, number 9, The Last Duke, and 15-1, and Better the Rest.
So sorry, what price is Radicchio?
Radicchio is 20-1.
Okay, so Radicchio is 20-1. But there are 2 runs where Great Tricks and Radicchio finish right on top of one another. And the one's 20-1, and Great Tricks is favourite. So that to me makes no sense. I found Great Tricks on form, and he's quite a pacey horse. I always thought maybe he's a 1,000-meter horse, but I don't know the horse. I could be wrong. Just the way he runs makes me think that he could be a 1,000-meter horse. I'm going to lean towards the best handicap horse in the race, number 5, Call Me Getrix. Unfortunately, drawn 8 is not the easiest. You need a bit of luck. But last time she wasn't starting out, so I'm going to give her a bit of a second chance. And so other horse I've included is number 2, Just Be Lacquer. Also, well handicapped, drawn 3, beautiful, because over 1,400 meters at Turffontein, you need a good draw. And last time she ran below form because she wasn't starting out. We've had rain. So this time, I'm hoping she'll start out better. Obviously, 1,400, maybe a game. Well handicapped, she could be a bit of a lurker. Then I struggled to find the next horse. I thought the Last Duke is a 3-year-old, finished behind Miami Mountain, and there's a turnover in weight. But I thought, what's wrong with a horse called Bus Stop in Hounslow? 1,400, maybe on a short side, but he's drawn 1. If he comes out well, he'll have the perfect position. 2, 3 horses, 4 horses to follow, and he's run against some of the best horses, and maybe he's the right horse to include as my third choice.
Yeah, I mean, this horse Bus Stop in Hounslow. I see you've ridden it and you've won on it, so you should know the horse. Call Me Getrix, in my opinion, was a little bit disappointing last time. They backed her off the board, and she fell to fire. She finished 7 lengths off Troy Sonata. Open race. I'm also including Armand C. She over-raced last time. Obviously, the jockey, I think, dropped his crop at the 100-meter mark. I'm sure Gavin Lerena would have stayed on it if he didn't have to ride Miami Mountain for Hollywood Bets.
No,
but in saying that,
he's riding Bus Stop in
Hounslow. Bus Stop in Hounslow. But Calvin Haberb has done absolutely nothing wrong with this horse. On this horse, he's had 6 rides on her for 4 wins, second and a third. She obviously does stay. She just got beat last time, about 1.8 lengths, 2 lengths. There's been no winners out of the form line, which is a little bit worrying, but she did over-race last time. So I'm including Armancy into the play. And it's a nice price at 11 or 2. Very open race, Pierre.
Yeah. Tough.
So, again, we say to our viewers, Pierre, that your bipods, PAs, and Pick 6 is just a skeleton of what you fancy. They need to add in what they think have got chances. Obviously, everybody reads or studies form differently. I just believe that Saturday the exotics are going to pay. There's a lot of races that are open. There are 1 or 2 races like race 4, in my opinion, where I'm banking, and obviously I'm banking the Ultimate King. I'm playing around those 2 horses on the day, and I'm going to look to beat the fancy horses in the other races.
Yeah. I think to try and make it easier on the punters out there, let's make our best bet on the day, the Ultimate King, and obviously as a value bet, finding it difficult to find a value bet for the punters.
Yeah, it's not easy, Pierre. I just think, like you say, the Ultimate King is for us the best bet on the card. And you and I didn't chat before this podcast, so we both fell onto the same horse. And happy punting, and let's hope the guys make money.
Yeah, happy punting.
Happy punting.